I lost my ticket at the theme park. Hello, and welcome to this English learning video. If you're here, it means you want to improve your spoken English, and you're in the right place. In this video, we're going to practice something called the speech mirroring technique. This method is simple, powerful, and very effective, especially if you want to speak more naturally, more fluently, and with more confidence in real conversations. So, what exactly is speech mirroring? It means you listen to a native English speaker, like me, and then you repeat exactly what you hear. You copy my voice, my tone, my speed, and even my emotion. You don't just say the words, you mirror them, like a reflection in a mirror. Why does this help? Because it trains your brain and your mouth at the same time. It helps you improve your pronunciation, your intonation, your listening skills, and your speaking rhythm. It's like having a conversation partner, but one who never gets tired, never judges you, and is always available. The more you repeat with me, the more natural your English will become. It's not about memorizing grammar rules, it's about feeling the language, and that makes all the difference. Now, the best way to practice speech mirroring is through stories. Why? Because stories are emotional, memorable, and full of real-life vocabulary. They allow you to connect with the situation, follow a character, and practice English in a way that feels fun and real. In today's video, I'm going to tell you a story from the point of view of a young woman named Lisa. Lisa is going to a theme park with her two best friends. It's a day full of excitement and fun until something unexpected happens. She loses her ticket. Now, don't worry, this isn't a sad story. It's funny, stressful, full of little surprises, and very human. It's the kind of situation that could happen to anyone, and that's exactly what makes it perfect for speech mirroring practice. Here's how to use this video. Listen to the story once all the way through, just to understand what happens. Then listen again, sentence by sentence. You can pause after each sentence and repeat it out loud. Try to match my voice. Copy the tone, the rhythm, even the pauses. If you want, watch the story several times. Repetition is your best friend. So, are you ready? Let's begin the story. The title is, I Lost My Ticket at the Theme Park. And don't forget, like the video, subscribe to the channel and leave a comment at the end. I'd love to hear how your speech mirroring journey is going. Let's go. The beginning of the day. My name is Lisa. I'm 21 years old, and ever since I was a child, I've loved theme parks. There's just something magical about them. The music, the colors, the energy, the roller coasters. Even the long lines make me feel like a kid again. So, when my best friends, Sarah and Jake, suggested we go to Skyland Park for a Saturday adventure, I didn't hesitate. We planned it for weeks. We created a shared checklist on our phones. We wrote down the rides we absolutely had to try, like Dragon Spin, the Sky Drop, and Zombie Mansion. We also agreed first one to scream on a ride had to buy lunch for everyone. Spoiler alert, that ended up being me. The night before the trip, I barely slept. I was too excited. I packed my bag 3 times, just to be sure. Phone, wallet, snacks, water bottle, portable charger, hand sanitizer. Everything was in there, or so I thought. We left home early. The air was fresh and the sky was clear. A perfect day. Sarah picked me up in her car. Jake was already sitting in the back seat with his sunglasses on and a huge smile. "Let's go," he shouted, as if we were already on a roller coaster. The drive to the park took about an hour. We played music, sang loudly, and argued about which ride we'd do first. Jake wanted something wild. Sarah wanted something fun, but not too scary. I said, "Let's decide when we get there. Just enjoy the moment." When we finally arrived at Skyland Park, I felt like a child again. There were colorful banners hanging from every pole. You could smell popcorn, fried dough, and hot dogs in the air. There were people everywhere, laughing, running, taking selfies. Some wore silly hats, some had balloons, and some were already soaked from the water rides. It was loud, chaotic, and absolutely amazing. At the entrance, we saw a giant arch that said, "Welcome to Skyland, where adventure takes off." We walked toward the main gate, ready to start the day. Sarah opened her email, showed her digital ticket. Beep, she was in. Jake did the same. Beep, no problem. Then it was my turn. I smiled, opened my bag, and reached for my phone. But suddenly, my smile started to fade. The ticket was gone. I stood in front of the entrance gate, one hand still inside my bag, the other trying to stay calm. Sarah and Jake were already through. They turned around, smiling, waiting for me to join them. "Come on, Lisa, let's go ride the dragon spin," Jake shouted from the other side. I smiled back nervously. "Yeah, just give me 1 second." My fingers searched the inside of my bag again. Phone? Not in the front pocket. Wallet? There, but no printed ticket. I opened my email app. No internet. I moved to the side of the gate and crouched down. I started checking everything. Front zipper, back zipper, side pouch, notebook, lip balm, gum, charger, but no ticket. I stood up, trying not to panic. I could feel a little knot forming in my stomach. Maybe I put it in my jacket. Nope. Did I screenshot it? Nope. Did I accidentally delete the email? I had no idea. I walked back to the gate and asked the security staff, "Hi, I bought a ticket online, but I can't seem to find it. Can I show you an ID or something?" The guard looked at me with a polite but firm face. "I'm sorry, miss. We need to scan your QR code. No code, no entry." I opened my phone again and refreshed my inbox. Still no internet. I took a deep breath. Jake walked back to the gate. "What's going on?" "I can't find my ticket," I whispered, embarrassed. "I swear I had it. I must have dropped it or maybe forgot to download it." Sarah came closer too. "Do you want me to hotspot you with my phone?" "Yes, please," I said, my voice small. She turned on her mobile data and shared her connection. I connected to her phone and waited. The email app loaded slowly, 1 bar, still loading. My heart was beating faster than a roller coaster drop. Behind me, a family with 3 small kids was getting impatient. I could hear a boy say, "Why is it taking so long?" The mom gently whispered, "Some people have problems sometimes. Be patient." I wanted to disappear. Sarah tried to calm me down. "Don't worry, Lisa. Worst case, we'll just go back to the car and double check." or call the ticket office. But I felt horrible. This was supposed to be the perfect day. And I was the one holding everyone back because of a small piece of paper, or rather, a missing one. The search. I stepped away from the entrance, heart heavy, shoulders low. Sarah and Jake followed me to a bench under the shade of a large tree near the ticket counter. I sat down slowly, placed my bag on my lap, and unzipped it again, this time like a surgeon opening a chest. One by one, I removed everything: a small notebook, 2 granola bars, a pair of sunglasses, my charger, my earbuds, lip balm, tissues, a half-eaten pack of gum, even a tiny mirror. Everything except the ticket. Jake tried to lighten the mood. "Hey, if it helps, you're the most organized person I know, so this is a surprise for all of us," Sarah said. "You probably didn't lose it. You just forgot to download it. It happens." But I wasn't listening. My mind was spinning. I started rewinding the morning in my head, woke up, got dressed, packed my bag. Then I remembered. I stopped at the bakery just for 5 minutes. I had bought a croissant and a coffee before Sarah picked me up. I took out my wallet to pay. I had my phone in the other hand. Could it be? Did I drop the ticket there? Or maybe leave it on the counter? I stood up quickly. "I think I left the ticket at the bakery." "Wait, what bakery?" Jake asked. "The one by my house, remember? I told you I stopped there." Sarah said, Okay, we can drive back." "No, I'll go. You two stay here. I'll take a scooter or call a cab. I'll be fast." Jake frowned. "Are you sure? We can all go." "No," I said firmly. "You waited long enough. You deserve to enjoy the park. I'll fix this." They looked unsure, but nodded. I ran toward the parking lot, found a shared electric scooter, and scanned the QR code with shaking hands. It beeped. I got on and rode off down the street, the wind in my face, my heart racing. I reached the bakery in less than 10 minutes. I walked in and asked the woman at the counter, "Hi." This might sound strange, but did anyone find a folded paper or maybe a printed theme park ticket here earlier? She smiled kindly and shook her head. "No, sorry. We usually place lost items in the tray near the napkins. You can check." I walked over. Just a few receipts, a single glove, a broken pen, no ticket. I thanked her and walked outside. I felt the pressure building in my chest again. I leaned against the wall and exhaled slowly. I had made things worse. Now I was far from my friends, far from the park, and still without my ticket. I looked at my phone. Still no new emails, no missed calls, no miracle. I began walking back, slower this time. The excitement of the day had turned into frustration. I whispered to myself, "Lisa, how do you mess up a theme park day?" The miracle! I walked slowly along the sidewalk, past tall trees and parked cars, past families on their way to the park, smiling, laughing, carefree. I, on the other hand, felt like I was carrying a backpack full of bricks. My legs were heavy, my throat was dry, my good mood completely gone. All I wanted was to enjoy a day with my friends. One simple day, no stress, no problems. Just rides, laughter, and cotton candy. But instead, I was wandering the streets like someone who had missed their train or their future. I reached the park again. I didn't rush this time. I just sat on the same bench near the entrance. My bag lay open beside me, empty now, pointless. I stared at the ground. I tried refreshing my email again. Nothing. I opened the ticket platform website, the one I used to buy the ticket. Still no login. A spinning wheel, just loading, loading, loading. I sighed. I looked up at the huge Skyland banner above the gate. It felt like the sign was mocking me. Suddenly, buzz. My phone vibrated. I looked down. A new email from Skyland Park Tickets. Subject line: "Here's your ticket again, just in case you lost it." I blinked. Wait, what? I tapped on it with shaking fingers, and there it was. A fresh, clean PDF attachment. My QR code, my name, my confirmation number, everything. I gasped. I stood up so fast I nearly dropped my phone. I rushed toward the gate, waving my phone in the air like it was a golden ticket from a movie. "I found it," I called out to the security guard. He gave me a look, calm, neutral, professional. "Let me see," he said. I handed him the screen. He scanned it. Beep. That sweet, beautiful sound. Better than music, better than applause. He smiled. "Enjoy your day, miss." I stepped through the gate, and just like that, I was in. I didn't run. I floated. Through the crowd, past the popcorn stand, toward the Dragon Spin ride, where Sarah and Jake were waiting. They had worried looks on their faces until they saw me. Jake's mouth dropped open. Sarah screamed. She made it! I laughed and raised my hands like I had just crossed a finish line. "You won't believe what just happened," I said. "What? You broke into the server?" Jake joked. "Nope. The universe just gave me a second chance." Sarah grinned. "Then let's make sure we use it well." The rest of the day. As soon as I passed through those gates, everything changed. The stress, the panic, the feeling that I had ruined everything. It all disappeared like steam in the sun. Suddenly, I was surrounded by bright colors, loud laughter, and the smell of popcorn and churros. It felt like I had just walked into another universe, and in a way, I had. Sarah and Jake were waiting near the first ride. They didn't even ask for the full story. They could see it on my face. My hair was messy, my eyes were still wide, and I probably looked like I had just survived a hurricane. "You good?" Sarah asked. "I am now," I said with a smile. "Let's do this." Our first ride was the Dragon Spin. It was loud, fast, and full of loops. Jake screamed louder than anyone. Sarah had her eyes closed the whole time. I laughed the entire ride, partly because of joy, partly from pure adrenaline. When we got off, we were dizzy and soaked in sweat, but we couldn't stop smiling. Jake pointed at me. "You screamed first. That means you're buying lunch." I didn't even argue. I just said, "Totally worth it." We tried everything: the haunted house, the wild river ride, the spinning cups. the mirror maze, where Jake got stuck and we had to rescue him by yelling directions through the glass. We ate ice cream, drank lemon slushies, and took silly photos with giant stuffed animals. Sarah won a tiny purple bear at the ring toss game. I bought us all matching hats that said Skyland Survivors. Time flew. The sun slowly moved across the sky, and golden light bathed the whole park. As evening came, the lights around us began to sparkle. Fairy lights in the trees, glowing signs above the rides, soft lanterns near the food court. Music played through hidden speakers, and everything felt magical. We climbed a small hill near the back of the park and sat on the grass, looking at the view. The Ferris wheel turned slowly in the distance. The crowd was calmer now. You could hear people laughing in soft waves. Sarah looked at me and said, "Today was perfect." I nodded. Yeah, even with the chaos, maybe because of it. Jake added, "Sometimes the best stories come from the worst mistakes." We all laughed. I looked at the entrance in the distance. A few hours ago, I was sitting outside that gate, almost in tears. And now here I was, full of joy, full of life, full of gratitude. I whispered to myself, "Thank you, universe, for that second chance." Now it's your turn to practice your English the smart way. Rewatch this video. Pause after each sentence. Repeat what you hear. Same voice, same rhythm, same feeling. This is the speech mirroring technique. It's one of the best ways to improve your English fluency. It helps you speak more naturally, understand native speakers, and build real confidence, sentence by sentence. So, keep practicing. Keep repeating, keep growing, and most importantly, enjoy the process, because learning a language should feel like an adventure, just like a day at the theme park. Thank you for learning with me. See you in the next story.